Hello and welcome back to Dan Plays Save the Light. We're back where we were, at the Pillars of Doom, where I knew I would immediately fall into the water. But that's fine, because it's all fine. I could be bad at the game, it's okay everyone. No panicking. Oh, that was pretty bad. Right. Look at that fella. And a little cloak and stuff. What an interesting design. Oh, I did not expect that. Alright. Let us do things. First of all, let's take you out, because I don't trust you at all. You seem like you're going to be a problem. No, let's just... Ooh, I don't... Oh, I only started with... Oh, because he attacked first. I only started with 3 star point things. Well, that's frustrating. So let's just use Steven. Teach that hooded dude a lesson. So yeah, basically, I forgot what I was probably saying something of value. Oh yeah, I'm not good at the game, and that's fine. Don't worry about it. That's basically lesson of the day. Is it's okay that I'm not good at this game, because I think what people keep forgetting as well, and I don't. This isn't necessarily a criticism, because it's hard to really. I didn't realize this until I started doing it, but it's really hard to like. For me, at least, apparently what I'm learning. Actually, there you go. Lesson learned. We'll go back to that old chestnut. So, what have I learned? I've learned that it's actually a lot harder than you think to do this, because multitasking is clearly not in my skill set. So there you go. Because like in these gaps, so one of the comments I got was that I wasn't timing my defenses very well. Absolutely 100% true, because usually when the enemy is attacking, it's like when I'm going like, right, what do I say? I've got a gap to say a thing, because I don't have to choose a thing anymore. Because I always feel the time pressure when the oh, I didn't quite think that through, did I? So I always think of the time pressure, like, 'cause I know I've got to choose a move, and I've only got someone to really make use of my stars, because otherwise I'm giving the enemy more opportunities to attack. So then I know that I've got to attack quickly often. So yeah, I think that's, hopefully this works. Yeah, that was my strategy, and I liked it. So yeah, I think that's what's been going on. Is like, it's like moments like this are a time for me to talk, but then, you know, as soon as I have enough sort of juice to throw a punch or whatever, oh, that's tough. Come on, I'll take the hit. I was testing the water there. That was not worth it, is what I learned. Who can safely attack that guy? Amethyst, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. Oh, she has got, though. I mean to test that out. Awesome. That's good. So, if somebody can take out the other dude, I know he's spiky, so he's not going to... Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Amethyst. That move from Amethyst, the new move from Amethyst is awesome. It only works until someone hurts it, though. Right, so we have a spiky dude and a non-spiky dude, and oh no, that one's going big. That feels like Garnet steps in and does her Garnet-y thing. Ciao. Oh, and I got some stars out of that, which is nice. Because now it means Amethyst can... I'm going to do that, because there's no one else to attack me, which means that'll be the case now until it's dead, I think. I've worked it out right, or unless someone else attacks it. Does that stop it? Yeah, it does. Oh, that's annoying, but there you go, I figured it out. So yeah, as you can tell from the fact that I keep sort of starting a thought and then having to end it, it's like the moments to think are usually when the enemy is sort of doing their thing, and that tends to be why I'm very bad at the sort of timing on the button presses. And also, I will say it's trickier this game, because I'm not paying enough attention to the animation cycles to sort of work out the timings either, which is unfortunate. This might have to be an Amethyst thing, because I don't really want to Do I just leave that now? Is that the best way to do this then? Is it just gonna, do I just let it die that way? Because as soon as I attack it with anyone else, it's gonna thingy anyway. So I could just, no, it does, it ends eventually. Ends eventually and is angry at me. Ah, but it's not got its spikes out anymore, so I can just clobber it. Clobbering time! And really, I don't think I've... Temporarily forces targets to focus their attacks on her. I've done that. What does that one do though? Lowers enemies' defense and also breaks any shields. Shield breaker. Oh, she already has the shield breaker move. Ah. Well, now I do feel stupid. See, this is the thing this is the sort of thing I miss out on, because usually I'm not really... I'm desperately trying to just like keep it going. So yeah, I'll get better at it. I think. I don't think I'll get necessarily better at the timings on the attacks, because I think that is just like... Those are my moments to like have a to properly like chat when we're in battle. But I think is it everyone suffering at this point? Let me find an item that's like low. Has everyone got basically nothing? Let me move so I can see what Garnet's situation is.
How about?
Yeah, everyone's kind of fucked. So I need to. No, what's the big giant to get the breakfast? Do I not have any of those left? No, I don't.
Do your thing. One thingy.
There you go. 2 thingies coming right up in that case. And then, for Steven, for being, let's just say...
Do your thing.
Oh, he doesn't need it. Oh, now I feel stupid. Again. That is a recurring... And you can't jump back up there. Unless you're Steven, I guess.
Oh, I put it in here somewhere.
Wow. I am, So the recurring theme on these videos is that I'm an idiot, basically. And we're just going to have to deal with that as it comes. That's really tricky because you can't even see. Right, so there's a warp pad here. And I'm guessing that block is something. Right, then I'm going to switch to one of the characters that's already frozen. In case. Oh no, it's something you can collect. I don't think you can jump across to that, but that's the other thing, is it's not very clear in game what is. I'll be honest with you. I'm not just going to blame the design. Obviously, I am terrible at this. This is evident at this point. You can see how the characters are sliding around, like bad judgment on the jumping, all sorts of stupid mistakes happening, and then doing the same thing twice. Like when I jumped Connie over and then tried again, like why would I do that if it didn't work the first time? So yeah, there's a million things I'm doing wrong here, and I'm fully acknowledging that. But I will say as well that it is not always very clear what is jump onto a ball and what is not. And I think that is part of maybe where we're going wrong here. So Steven and Connie both having the status effect. And there's that ship we're chasing. Ah, and I see a contextual puzzle that involves a Greg. I may need to go back for a Greg. I haven't used him in a little while. I hope he's doing alright. Oh, there's an onion as well. I say and because at this point I'm starting to suspect there's multiple onions. Which would explain a lot, actually. Yeah, I'll take some... do I want that now? How much do I have to spend on those? 160. While I'm here? Yeah, that feels like it's worth it. Although really, if I was smarter at playing the game, it would never be more than one character doing that. Why would I switch? Make another character equally as screwed. So do I go back for a Greg? Because I can see a puzzle up ahead. Yeah. Who do I swap out for Greg, though? Maybe give Amethyst a break? I've had her for a little while. Or maybe Connie. Had her for a good while. I've been relying on a Connie. She's been very reliable. Okay, so I think that status effect, you know what? After all this time, I think what I've just learned is that status effect does actually wear off. Which is actually quite annoying, because I think I assumed you had it until you died, but Steven was all frozen, and now isn't. Oh, I'm doing so many things wrong. Well, we should rename this series just things Dan's fucking up. Let's give Connie a break then and bring Greg. Because I'm having a lot of fun with Amethyst's new attack, the electrocuting one. That's handy for when they go all spiky. Whereas I think Connie is a bit less ideal for this situation because she's very much a sort of brawlery type, and that puts her. Look at that! All right, I'm getting the hang of this thing now. The only downside is I really like Connie to be the first person to attack. It's her. Ah, that's really annoying. So I'm only going to start with 3. We'll do you next move, Greg. We'll start though with a Garnet doing some clobbering. Oh yeah, so Greg apparently when I was using Greg, and I got rid of him before I really started to figure out like some of the basic stuff in this game. When I was using Greg initially, like I couldn't quite figure out how his move worked, and again probably because I wasn't reading it properly, whatever. Absolutely my own fault. But there's a healing jam, there's a star jam which speeds up the star meter, and there's a damage one that hurts all the nearby enemies. And basically, apparently he learns more songs as it goes on, and more techniques as he gets leveled up. What apparently is, if you set it off, it goes until he is hit, which I didn't know at the time, which makes sense now. I'm learning that that's a pretty common theme in the game. Any of the recurring attacks until that person is attacked in some way. Now, I was going to use the attack, but I actually think that might be quite useful. So I'm going to leave him doing that, and then yeah, go on. Have it go up quicker, because that seems like a really useful technique. So Greg is a good support character, and I'll be honest with you, he was just the character I was using least at the time. So when it came to me to choose who to drop for, I think Pearl was the character introduced at the time, who has really become one of my least used characters on this game. She isn't great, is she? The downside to losing Connie, actually, is that she does have quite a powerful attack if you time it right for 2 stars. Whereas, what do I have now? For 2 stars, when I'm down to, when I've used one of the 3. Just Steven, basically. Then again, Steven twice is actually probably quite a lot of damage, because that was a 7 and a 5, and what's that? 5 and a 5. Yeah. Considering that was 2 stars worth of damage, that wasn't bad at all, was it really? And I've noticed as well that Garnet has a move, it's pretty cool, where you can make her the focal point. So if we get into the situation where they're just targeting the shit out of Amethyst, I could do something like that. They won't do that anymore, I don't think, though, because I've learned that it was 2 factors as well, because that's actually something else I can talk about, because I said that, oh, she's like, they target her, and that's kind of how that works, is because she was doing like the most damage or whatever. But it was not just because of that; it's because I was primarily using her. So they're gonna hit back at who's hitting them. Basically, that's just the way the game's AI sort of works. It's not analyzing necessarily it's not analyzing.
Show's over, I guess.
See, that's something I didn't notice. Greg literally just said, show's over, I guess, because he got hit. So if I'd been paying more attention, it would have been a different story. Right. Let's... Boom. Everyone wins. So yeah, there's a few things that I'm learning. I think that's good. That's actually kind of interesting about this, though, is like doing a blind playthrough and being an idiot and not being good. It does make these videos unique in a way that not a lot of these sort of playthroughs tend to be, because what I've been looking to, and I'll be honest with you, this is the other fascinating thing about this whole experiment, is I don't know a lot about these sort of playthroughs. I don't watch a lot of I don't watch a lot of this type of content personally, and I thought that was why it would be an interesting challenge to do this, because I tend to watch highlights. So I used to watch, like, you know, the more edited ones, so like the Game Grumps, when they would do their videos, and it was like, some of it was like really raw and there'd be hours of footage, and sometimes it would just be like cutting together like some of the chaos that would ensue from their oh damn it, some of the chaos that would ensue from their battles. And what I'm learning is that 1 second, time that right, and then I'm going to carry on with what I was saying. I have a terrible memory as well, which doesn't help with any of this. It's worth noting. Could Steven bash one of these off the edge? No, they don't move. They're too heavy. Yeah, so what I'm learning from doing this as well is that, like, a lot of these sort of like more thorough playthroughs, where it's like you see pretty much every minute of the game play out.
This one's just a tribute.
I think they, generally speaking, tend to be a little bit. They're not blind playthroughs. They tend to be, from what I can tell, and I could be wrong, but they tend to be Clobbering time. Is it Clobbering time? It's Clobbering time. So if I hit both of Garnet's things, she gets a third one. That one is getting, unfortunately, close to Steven. Can I put it off its attack by doing that? I can stun it, which is helpful. Steven. Goes for the one that goes to Garnet. What's been interesting here is, so what they tend to do is they tend to go through the game having like already played it or looked through walkthroughs, so they know what they're doing. Absolutely. Wow, I really messed that up, didn't I? Whereas I've gone into this completely blind, which apparently isn't as common these days, and I actually am kind of enjoying that element of it. I know that, like, you could easily say like, oh, well, that's not, you know, that's not wise. Dan, do it in a, what does that do? Restores a lot of health. Party, restores some health. I think for Steven right now, he might need a donut. What does that one do? No, that's not good to me. Let's give him a donut. Have a donut, Steven. The difference is, I think what I'm enjoying about this is, like, my incompetence. You know, and I know that's going to sound like me just, like, making it, like, trying to make it, like, explain away and make better my, my situation. You know what it might be time to do? Too early. Oh, what a div. Yeah, so I'm kind of enjoying that. It's like it's been a learning, and over the course of the videos, I'm obviously by the time you get to here, compared to where I was by like the second or third one, I've come quite a long way, really. Oh, why didn't I think of that? The only problem is here. Which one am I attacking? That one's the one I want to hold up. This is gonna take some teamwork. See, see, I'm playing the game a lot smarter now. Look, I'm using Amethyst to hold up the one that's got the most health. I'm using Greg to make sure our stars go. This is me firing on all cylinders. Methinks. Or not, as the case may be. Look at that. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh indeed. Can I distract him with some of this? But I'm kind of enjoying the learning experience, like the idea that, like, you know, you guys can all yell at me for a couple of episodes, and then I'll start figuring some stuff out, and then I'll probably get something else completely wrong, or you know, do it. I don't think so. Do a lot of. Oh wow, I really was not paying attention there either. Okay, I take it back. I'm still doing terribly. This will give me some time to unearth some stars to maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to rebuild some stars while he's not doing anything. And then... No, I could probably just take him out with just repetitive Stevening. Just persistent shield use. This is ridiculous. I'm really sad that Garnet died. That means she won't get any XP from this. Also means I wasn't really paying attention to her health, which is not good. So I undone everything I just said about me firing on all cylinders and playing a lot smarter. Evidently, I'm still an idiot. Come back to us, Garnet. Okay, so let's see. Before we go any further, let's recap the situation.
How about...
We've got two people that need to be healed. Does that feel good? How about feel great tea? Where's that?
This'll do the trick.
Yeah, that'll do.
Ooh,
And
I know.
then a together breakfast maybe for health? Well, where's the health situation?
Do your thing.
No, it's just Garnet really. So let's think of something that... Oh, screw it. Give her a donut.
Guys, how about this?
And then...
Cheeseburger back.
Let's check what the situation is. Third but unlucky. Wow, I've got some points to assign.
I'm a dad first, adventurer a distant second.
Because I think, if I remember rightly, that increases the range of his attacks. Beautiful. That's really useful. So if Greg performs a perfect block, which is unlikely because it's me at the helm here, he will be able to theoretically continue. Ah, oh, so close. He'll theoretically be able to continue. What's the word I'm looking for here? You know, doing his thing, playing the instrument, whatever. So the next time I get 3, I'll add that to his teamwork. But for now, that is Greg dealt with.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, not too shabby at all, Greg. I think Greg might be a better character than I first gave him credit for as well.
Look to the future.
Look to the future indeed, Garnet. I've got nothing to give you there. Thanks, Amethyst. So we'll put Amethyst thing up. Then attack. Why not? Because I want to work towards this. Yeah, the spin dash. Upgrade, which I think is pretty cool. There you go.
Guys, check this out.
He's got some points to give as well. I'm finding that, well, perfect block now, 20 chance to make Steven's next bubble free to use. Reinforced shield. I need to spikes. Ah, see, I need to work towards that. Because spikes are a pain. And if his shield was to defend against them, that'd be amazing. Although, how many points is that going to take me? 3, 7. 3 to get from there. Oh, if I had 7, I could jump straight to that, maybe. Oh, I don't know. No, I think that'll be 7 when I get there, but it's letting me look early. Because it's 3. If that's 3, then there's no way they'd let me go all the way up to there for 7. That'd be ridiculous. So yeah, I've got to build my way up to that. It's going to take some time, but that's the goal, I think, with Steven. To get to reinforced shield, I think that'd be a really useful move to have, because enemies seem to be spiky quite often. Arguably too often.
Mr. Universe,
And Greg
at
doesn't
your
have a
service.
badge. I feel like I should give him something. What does that one do? No, that's no good to him. Ah, that really slow regenerating health one. Which I stand by my initial assessment, by the way, that is useless. Because the rate that you go into battle, I mean, I'm going to give it to him because everyone else has a badge, and do I want to take one off? Oh, that's, oh, wait a second. That's the slow health regen badge. That's the slightly faster version of it. That might be more valuable. The slow one, though, the one that Pearl currently has here, is useless. I retain that is the case. Because the speed at which it gives you the health, you'd be better off just giving, well, any other badge, really. All the other badges have more of an effect because it's a drop in the ocean, the one... that's sort of like 1 health per 2-3 seconds, whatever it is a drop in the ocean compared to that. No! I knew he was going to do that as well. he's not going to get pushed back because of his shield. But no, wrong one. No. All right. Well, this is the one I actually wanted to attack the first time, but whatever. He should be over the edge, but now he isn't. That's annoying. Yeah, yeah. I'm dealing with you next turn. Right now what I need to do is stop you from lumbering forward. That's annoying. Right, now before I can do anything, I really need to get rid of this guy. Wait, what happened there? Did he get in the way? Just looked like he did. Finally. So what I can do with my 2 stars that I've got actually is set Greg on, which is useful, and then now I have the ability to... Yeah, I think this is what I'm going to do here. I have a plan. This is my plan. It's part of a plan. While he's moving forward, he doesn't have his shield up, which makes him vulnerable to this. And that means we can now do that while I build up some stars. There we go. See, I'm getting the hang of it. But I do think that, like, part of the excitement, not excitement, but part of what I'm getting out of this anyway, at least, is that I'm quite enjoying the, basically being proven an idiot multiple times a day. I know that sounds really stupid, but, like, there is something kind of weirdly gratifying about sort of, like, going, okay, I've been sort of not humbled, but, like, you know, I've proven that I, like, as much as I was sort of like the beginning of this joking, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, part of me went, I'll be okay at this. So, like, to be so bad at this game has been quite interesting, because it's sort of forcing me to think more, because I think it's teaching me to multitask more, which is a skill I really need, but it's also giving me like there's like a journey of growth for me in this, where I'm like seeing my progress, and there's something satisfying about not being good at something and getting slightly better. I think that's what I'm getting at, because you know, as much as I'm still kind of sucking at this, and you know, I keep launching these guys off cliffs into icy water, or Garnet got poofed in the last one. Oh, cool! Wow, yes please, yes please. Oh, I keep pushing the wrong buttons. Let's give that to Steven until I bring Connie back. Awesome. 2 badges for Steven. Oh, and I suppose while I'm here, I should assign some points, shouldn't I?
Mr. Universe.
This is Garnet.
This is Garnet back together.
This is Garnet.
Let's see.
Back together.
Oh, she said the whole thing. That's awesome. Right, so did I say I wanted Garnet to be the shield breaker one? I did, didn't I? Burp, 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 burp. Yeah, well, that'll do for now. Do I have a point left? I do. Do I put that on her defense, or do I just save up and then use it to get her up to... I think I will.
Check this out, Steven.
I may be losing my
Upgrades, I love upgrades.
This is so frustrating.
Yo,
Oh, didn't mean to do that.
Video games.
It's just frustrating because now I've got a thing I really want, but especially because at the moment we're fighting those snowball guys that can spike up. But yeah, I think there's something really satisfying about like actually being able to see progress in myself, and I think that's what I'm sort of getting out of this. So I think if I'd already played through this game once, knew it inside and out, this is an Amethyst thing, I think. put her here and do that. Yeah, it's just nice to see progress in... Oh, this will be an amethyst. That'll... wait, what? Why can't I get that middle one? I feel like it's just a positioning thing. She's definitely going to fall if I keep playing with this too much. Oop, wrong way. It's definitely not going to work in that direction. Oh, that's frustrating. I feel like it's just the game not recognizing the positioning and doing the animation that it needs, because I don't think it's too far out of my... I think it's supposed to be gettable, because the other two were. Unless you need her second whip. No, because that's what that'll be. That'll be Amethyst's whip. Because like with Pearl's spear thing upgrade, that came after a puzzle that only Pearl could solve. So this is a puzzle that only Amethyst can solve. So therefore stands to logic, stands to reason that that's what that is. But I don't know how to... I don't know what to do, because that is definitely not recognizing that that is... Maybe those items aren't collectible from her whip. No, that doesn't make sense. Well, like, she can grab the together breakfast, but the bloody schematics are out of her reach. But I'm willing to bet I would put a huge amount of money on that being the schematics to Amethyst's whip upgrade, which I don't think I have. So my evolution from terrible player to still terrible but not quite as terrible player has been enjoyable for me. Oh, that's frustrating because I don't have a Connie to smash through the thing. That's the other problem with this, is like they've scattered such a high number of... Oh no, run! Because I couldn't see where he was coming from. All right, this one shouldn't be too bad because...
Time for some tunes.
I know I put it in here somewhere.
I think we get rid of you first. You seem like the most interesting. Then again, we should really actually, now I think about it, too late now, but we should really be attacking the snowballs sooner actually, because they do, they grow and they become more dangerous that way. So let's stop you from growing or gaining spikes while I clobber you. That makes sense to me. So yeah, contextually though, some of those, like, putting such varied... because someone said, like, are you going to have to... Oh, Amethyst? Because someone said, like, oh, you're going to complain, like, that you have to go back to get Greg to do a thing earlier. Someone said that on one of the videos. And I was like, well, yes and no. I understand that I had to go back to sort of get Greg. But what I was saying was, like, just after they presented me with the opportunity to switch characters, they then put a puzzle where there was a character I needed. So, like, it's a design concern, I suppose, when you boil it down. Because I think that when they've just presented me with the option to switch characters, don't immediately then put a puzzle for a very specific character after it, because there is a strong chance. Like, just swap those two events around just a little. Like, make the character show up so that I have the chance to swap, and then sort of, I don't know. I'm probably not making sense. I think Greg has stopped playing his song for stars. That's no good. Let's do some clobbering though. Clobbering. I mean, this Connie one's different because, like, I have a suspicion, and I'll find out in a minute, that maybe someone else can play that. Actually, I haven't tried Garnet yet. Let's get you going again. Oh, that was
All right, I can take a hint.
that was bad timing, wasn't it? There we go. Now, let's finish this one off so before it gets big or spiky. Badoom. Which gave me a spike to hopefully stop you from doing anything too hazardous to anyone's health. There we go. That was good. Oh, he's going to go spiky now, isn't he? No, he's going big. Now he's going spiky. Brilliant. So that is very much an... Hopefully when that finishes it will no longer be spiky. And I'll have plenty of stars to clobber it with a combination of the... Ah, see, it's gone small. But it's still spiky.
Hey.
Okay. Tough crowd.
Well, now I've got a bajillion stars, so I'm just going to clobber it. Boom. But I suppose in a game where there are so many choices in terms of characters, I suppose they could never quite assume who I'm going to have with me. And I think that's probably fairer. Aha! That isn't just a Connie one. I think that's fairer later in the game, but I think that one particularly, that first Greg one, it was like literally they put one straight after the other. Steven completely disappears in that snow. That's amazing. There's an item here too. What else is there hiding in the snow? A little star fruit at the back. Another one of them star fruits. Right, let's... No, Dan hit the wrong button again. That's one thing I don't think I'll ever change. I think if... No, I think at this point, I don't want to get better at that. Okay, that one was shaking. So I don't trust that one. I don't... I know, I've played enough video games to... Nah! I didn't see that one shake before I leapt. No, what? How did I jump past it? Well, that's embarrassing. I nearly went the wrong way then. I saw that jump just the last second. Right. Who can actually hit this thing before it hits me? Because I've not had a very good history in this area for... Not... Okay. Right. Straight away then, I know what I'm going to do here. Because there's literally no reason not to. In that sense, Steven, I suppose you could consider Steven to be quite overpowered. What I should have done there, instead of... because I'm never going to get him over the edge, what I should have done then was use that as an excuse to use Greg's... but that's fine. So I'm looking at that puzzle behind me now, and thinking ahead, because... Why not? I don't know the answer. Yeah, do I tell you what, first of all, I'm Gregging it up.
This one's just a tribute.
I still love that he says there's just a tribute when he says that, which I know that's like a really like lame thing to get excited about, but I do love that he's sort of making that little reference. Ah, that one's all gone all spiky now. That's gonna stop Greg, or yeah, Greg somehow dodged that one. Beautiful. Maybe it's just positioning. Maybe I'm glad I used Steven then to push that ball over there. Not that I knew that would happen, but right, let's do that for a minute to keep you busy while we deal with the little fella. I didn't expect that to end that. Ah, damn. He's so close to Steven that he was actually... Steven struck him inadvertently while going. Alright. So, earlier on, I think in the last video we did... Connie and Amethyst. I'm trying to keep track of who I have and haven't done. Soon I'm going to be able to do a bunch of different... I'm pretty close, I think, to having Garnet Steven, Greg Steven, and get those ticked off my list of things I want to sort of do, as it were. In terms of the team moves, to clarify what in the world I'm talking about there, because I just realised without context that's gibberish. as sentences go. So I think after this I'm going to try and solve this puzzle, and then I'm going to end this video there. Because I'm also conscious about how long these videos are. I never know what is the perfect length. Tell me. Actually, while we're here, questions. Feel free to ask me questions. If you'd like me to answer your question, not in the comments, but in the video itself, put like, I don't know, should we come up with like a crappy hashtag or something?
It's time.
Oh, we got to at least do one more battle before this video ends, because that was so ominous. I love that. It's time. Right, so let's see what I can do here. Okay. I've now lit up all 3 of those and then so it doesn't seem to have done anything. You gotta do them in a certain order? That's frustrating, because I don't really understand what I'm supposed to do with that. At present, Steven's the better jumper, and the game seems, when it's on AI, to just make sure everyone jumps well enough. Well, that's just, I don't like not knowing what's... Oh, okay. So I can hear Steven's phone going off, but it's the same ringtone he had in... full disclosure. First episode of the 2nd season. Let's see. Steven Universe speaking.
Steven!
It's Perry again. We love Perry. Perry is, I think, one of my favorite characters in the show. I really like the arc, and I really like how Perry has shifted from villain. I think they've done a really good job with Perry just in general. I know that there's some people in the comments that have sort of like less like what they've done with her character recently, and that's a criticism that I get when people say that about Lapis, because Lapis has changed a lot in the show. I think she stayed consistent enough though for me. Like, she's changed, but it's all felt consistent with what's happening around her. So I have no problem with Lapis's shift, but I get why people, because I understand why people don't like what they've done with her. But Perry, on the other hand, the few people that really don't like how Perry shifted into sort of like not comic relief, but like a more comedic, a much lighter character, I just really love that, because I just think that's the effect of Steven. Like her shift to sort of one of the team has been one of the more satisfying things to watch as the show's gone on. And a lot of people complain as well about the fact she's not yet got her star and isn't on the team and all that stuff, and the fact they've made us wait so long that if it happened now it wouldn't be valuable, whatever. I've said this before and I'll say it again. If Perry gets her star, as long as it happens in a situation where she's earned it, so she's done something, so she's gotten herself poofed, helping the gems or thwarting Homeworld in some way, as long as when it happens it's not just, you know, she eats a bad sandwich, poofs, comes back with a star, I'll be happy. If it comes in a moment of earning and her genuinely being on the team and finally sort of making a really big decision in terms of you know, sort of something irretrievable. Because yeah, you can call Yellow Diamond a clod, but there's still no reason, and she wouldn't do this, but there's still no reason to say she couldn't at some point turn back and sort of say, I was spying on them the whole time. She wouldn't ever do that. We know that because we know the character well enough now. But what I'm saying is, from the Diamond's perspective, from Homeworld's perspective, Perry could easily be like, I was gathering intelligence, and turn back to them if she got really desperate. So something utterly conclusive that really makes her a crystal gem, some sort of sacrifice, and it leads to her getting poofed and she comes back with a star. That'll be so worth it. That'll be a great moment, one of the better moments of the show, and that's, as long as it's earned, I don't mind how long they make us wait for her star. But anyway, that's thoughts on Perry. Steven, you won't believe it, I leveled up.
Yay!
Way to go, Peridot, and you can do it. I understand why you spend so much time with this silly leisure activity. It is addictive. Wow. So there is, at the moment, Perry has just served as sort of like a reminder for, I guess, kids about how to. I'm coming down here because I think this is. Oh, if I'd known that was down there, I might not have. That's quite annoying. Well, that's an interesting development. Yeah, I'm quite annoyed now because I'll be honest with you, Light Stevens, I know they give XP and like the last couple of times I've done it, I've not put too much thought into who I've given them to, and I made a decision that I was going to like be a little bit more conscious of who gets them. And I accidentally just stepped on that one with Steven because I just sort of leapt on it. Oh, what? Why would I jump down here when I've got to go back up there now? I didn't realize this was the area I'd literally just come from, which means I've got to tackle this again. Brilliant. Let's not make the same mistakes this time, Dan. I've also got to learn to use the shadows a bit better to time these things. I still feel like I need to do something with this, but I don't know what or why, and this is why I brought Greg along. I mean, he's turned out to be a lot more useful than I thought in battle anyway, so I'm glad I did that, but I'm still bummed out that I couldn't figure that out while we were here, but I don't want to take too much time up doing that. So I did say we'd do one more battle, but where am I on time-wise? For 40 odd minutes? 40, nearly heading to 50? Okay. Yeah, let's do one more battle, and then I can do the Garnet team-up move with Steven. Because I've already done... I need to start making note of these so I know what I have and haven't done, because I want that damn achievement. Let me make a note of what I have and haven't done while this is loading. Or not, because I can't get my laptop to do anything. Because... oh, here it is.
Let's put out some lights.
So... Connie and Amethyst is now... that's happened. And it looks like I'm going to do Steven and Garnet in the next go. Ooh, this cave looks really familiar. This looks a little bit like... and I might be wrong. Correct me if I am. But this looks a little bit like the cave that they... I can't remember which episode it was now, but I know one of the episodes... is the episode where they first meet Centipede, maybe? There's an episode where it starts with Garnet punching like a sort of square or diamond-shaped like sort of creature into a into the wall in like an icy cave, and Steven's running. I think it's a pretty early episode. That feels like Amethyst should be able to get it, but from where? From this little platform here, obviously. As long as I time it right. Well, that is going to be interesting.
Hey, it's my page.
Let's... yes, it... hey, he said it again. I think I'm going to give that because... well, I mean, it's his anyway from the show. Attack one, or what's that? Health one. Oh, that's a shame because I've been enjoying his attack being more vicious.
I shall wear it with pride.
But I think if I'm going to give that to anyone now, what does...
shiny.
yes, what does that one do? Small chance of an attack being 0 star. No, it's better to make her attack stronger. Okay, I'm happier with that. How do I get out of this? There we go. Right, let's get into a battle. Punch! Ah, it didn't work. I'm still going to work out the timing on her attack. Okay, so let's just straight away do it then. Oh, it's 4 stars. Alright then, let's use this to... and use the one I've got left to... can I knock anyone off the edge in this battle? No, there's no edge for me to knock them off. So instead, let's just use it as a chance to... yeah. Get him a little bit out of the way. And then we'll hope that we can... ooh, Steven's health is lower than I thought.
That's my son.
Hey, I can do 2 of them in this one. Steven and Greg, Steven and Garnet. Let's do it. Let's start with Steven and Garnet. Ooh. Ah! Yes! Obviously gonna have him come down. Oh, that's really annoying. I missed that kind of badly. That's awesome. How many times has he come down? 4, 3. He came down 3 times. Now that would have taken that out had I not been incompetent and completely misaimed the first one. Uh-oh. Can't have Steven dying if I'm gonna do 2 of the thingy attacks.
Guys, how about this?
And I just don't have the stars for what I want to do. Oh wow, but if I let that go through, hopefully no one attacks Steven in the next 10 seconds or whatever, because if that happens and I can use this, it heals everyone and...
Show's over, I guess.
What? Oh, that ended his other move. That's awesome, because it's... I like seeing those two play together. I like the music. All that jazz. All very good. Oh, do I want to... Might as well get Sugarlight sorted out for the next time I want to use Sugarlight. Okay, right. We need stars very quickly here, because Steven's about to get... No, I need immediate action here. Okay, I've stopped talking. So yeah, that's cool. So with the only downside to that with Greg was obviously that it turned off his ability to make get our stars quicker, which is in this position not ideal. But
Tasty number.
especially because Steven's so close to that ledge now.
All right. I can take
So I really need to protect Steven as well as I can. If I had a Coniad, do I give Steven a bubble? Yeah, go on. Spiky bubble as well, which is cool. Oh, but that doesn't help Greg out, does it? Let's... Why not?
Hang in there, Greg.
Ah, Garnet and Greg. Let's see what their team move. Let's build their team move up. Okay, no. So, also with Steven, if he's got that bubble, if I attack, will that interrupt the bubble? I legitimately don't know the answer to that question, so let's just find out. The answer is no. Cool. I was hoping that was the case, but you never know with these things. Right, it's Garnet time, so let's just kapow. Missed the second response. Let's see. So I'm getting more into the flow now. To be honest with you, I do think a little bit with, especially that last episode, like the whole technical difficulties really like bogged me down. Like I was so like, I was doing the whole thing just like, what if it could end at any second? Because I was so worried the Xbox was going to screw me again. So it's been nice to check how much time I got left. No, not to worry about that this time. I've said that, it's going to die now, isn't it? Oof. Right, let's do what we need to do here, which is... No, that's no good. I might as well just kill the thing. Wait, who has more health with the baddies? So I'm going to do that with you. And then, with my remaining 2, I'm going to have Steven finish off the big guy. Huh. I didn't think he'd have. I thought you'd have to use both attacks. I guess it was lower than I anticipated. There we go. Oh. I was saying something earlier as well. I need to finish what I was saying. So if you want to ask any questions that you want me to answer, not in the comments but in the videos, I don't know, throw like a tag on the end of it, like in video or something like that. So I know that you want me to answer it in video. And I will do that. Let me very quickly assign these points, and then I'm gonna go away because this has been too long coming. What was I What was I building towards with Amethyst? Did I want... So I wanted the spin dash? Yeah, why not?
Just getting stronger.
This is
No
gone.
big deal.
But
I really have no business being here.
What was I doing with Greg? When Greg performs a perfect block while jamming, he automatically sends out a bonus pulse. See, that's a good move, but I did want to get his teamwork up if memory serves. Was that not my plan? Because they pulsed 10% faster and last 15% longer when not interrupted. Yeah, that's more valuable right now. But I think after now I've got that, I'm probably going to build towards his rocking and blocking, because I think that's a really good move. That's really useful. They've got hangovers, but I can't really do a lot with that. Cool. Yes, if you've got questions, I'm happy to answer where I can. So, is that onion again? Like I said, this is all just confirming my theory that there are just like hundreds of onions all knocking about the place. What's he got to sell me? Ooh. I think we're... how much? How many of those do we already have? We don't have any. But you feel awesome tea. Removes negative state effects and grants immunity against them for 10 seconds. Well, that's 10 seconds, isn't it? It's not a huge amount of time. That's probably not that great. When they thought of that, they were like, that's the best thing ever. And then reality hit. And they were just like, actually, no, it's not that great of an effect. 10 seconds. Anyway, it is time for me to end this one. So thank you very much. And I'll see you again for another one of these, whatever it is. Oh, no. Hashtag. So yeah, put like... In the comment, put like, ask your question and then say like, hashtag in video. There you go. Use hashtag in video and I'll know that you want that replying to. Not as a comment, but in the next one of these. I say the next one of these. Dear Lord, it probably won't be the next one of these. It'll be in a couple of these because I'm going to record a few before that goes out. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Give it a go anyway and see when I get around to them. Thank you and goodbye.